can't help that the world of the news actually is pretty depressing when you start digging into it every week, and that most of the things that are nice don't make it into the news. So we're just here to report what we find. The first is actually a follow up story because we were out the week before. We didn't really actually get to cover this, but there was a dentist in Louisiana who was tragically hurt in her clinic when she was working that day by a person who visited the office. I do believe that they were a patient or soon to be patient. And she is recovering, but she is likely going to lose her eye and have some extensive work on her hand. There is a GoFundMe page to raise money to help her with medical expenses and also lost work as she's sort of recovering. And a pretty tragic story, quite honestly. Young dentist, just kind of starting her career out, met with an unfortunate instance in the dental clinic that she was serving in. She has a phenomenal history of serving those in need and providing help to those who need access to care. And I really hope that this particular incident doesn't. Number one, I hope she physically is able to return back and perform her duties. But if not, that she can continue to find the good in the world. And she did report that just seeing the GoFundMe page and the response from the dental community in general, trying to uplift her during this very difficult time, has at least given her some hope that there's still a tremendous amount of good in a world that she, unfortunately had this incident. So we're praying for Dr. Tran, and we really hope for a quick recovery, whatever that may look like for her. In another event that happened just last week and then is sort of carrying over into this week, and actually Dr. Clark was posting about this earlier today, it is suspected that the same ransom group Black Cat, who hit Henry Schein last year and had them down for 40 days in 2023, may have now hit United Health and Optum, their subsidiary, for the Change Healthcare platform. This platform is where most of the claims processing occurs within several software systems. So if you're a dentist that happens to use Change Healthcare, that's how you submit your digital and electronic claims to your insurance company for submission for payment. This is now officially down and not reachable for those particular members who use their service. We're now on day, I believe, almost a week since the service has been down. So we have lots of clinicians and providers waiting to file claims. This isn't just specific to dental. This has also affected medical and pharmaceutical agencies as well. The recommendation at this time is to move to a different agency for processing or to mail your claim to your insurance company. And I just laugh because we all know what happens to claims that are mailed to the insurance company. Some small percentage just somehow magically disappear. So I hate this for the customers. I do think that many of the partners that were using Optimum and Health Exchange are moving to Vine and starting to process claims through Vine instead. So hopefully that will be a service that will be available and can onboard dentists very quickly so that they can start processing claims again and get paid for their services. Another very bizarre story, and quite frankly, one of the largest settlements in dentistry that we've seen thus far. For most dentists, if you look at your malpractice carrier coverage, you probably have a 2 million, 4 million outlying coverage for dental claims. Maybe you go up to 6 million. And those are usually statistically based on past claims that have been settled against dentists to sort of gauge the maximum amount that they think dentists might be hit for a liability lawsuit. Well, we have a new high, folks, and it happened in Pennsylvania just this week. A dentist has now been ordered to pay $11 million for a delayed diagnosis of a squamous cell carcinoma on a tongue. The patient had been seen by the dentist for several months, I think over 8, regarding a tongue lesion, according to the patient, and was denied or not offered an opportunity for a biopsy or referred for a biopsy to an oral surgeon or periodontist. This claim also alleges that the dentist then destroyed records. The story gets super sticky because we also somehow have A family member of the plaintiff also works for the defendant. So there's a lot of squirreliness in this whole story. It gets very muddled with who's related to who. But at the end of the day, this is a no joke settlement of $11 million that a dentist has now been ordered to pay to an individual for a delayed diagnosis for squamous cell carcinoma of the tongue, which resulted in chemotherapy. Now, the patient's still alive. The dentist is now broke. And with that, that's the news.